Have you ever wondered what games you should keep or you should lose? Find out here at Purge Reviews.
Patatrap Quest is a small children's game, almost like an introductory dungeon crawl. After you get done with this game and your kids can understand the concepts, you might want to jump into Core Quest, which is kind of like the big boy dungeon crawl for kids. But let's concentrate on Patatrap. What you're doing is moving around the board, and you'll be utilizing these mirrors when you stop on a space to see what's there, and it will trigger either moving, or maybe gaining something, or maybe it will just be a trap. You're trying to get enough items to get to the big bad, and then you will have a combat round based on the items that you have. It's a really fun little introductory game. It does have some problems. There's some luck involved. And the first time we played, we had enough items because you can keep fighting bad guys to kind of win the game on the first trip through. And that wasn't the best gaming experience, although it made a quick experience and kept the game in the correct length. So the game isn't overly balanced. Somebody can just sneak in and win the game. I think that's fine for a kid's game. It has enough luck in it that the kids are always in the game and having fun and a good experience. The more your kids kind of like that dungeon explorer kind of atmosphere, they're going to like this. And the look and the components of the game have a huge toy factor, which is almost a necessity in children's game for most children. I know not your kids. Your kids can play Feast for Odin. But the rest of us that have kids, we like toys in our games, and I think it works fantastically in this game. The rules are pretty simple. All the icons are easily identifiable for children, and we didn't have any problems once we sat down to play to see how the game functioned and to play through it. This has been a mild hit for us. Maybe something we won't keep forever, but for now, we're looking for more Patatrap Quest and adventures in our future. This is going to be a keeper for us, and one I would say let your children play through and make their own decision on this game. Can't go wrong with this one. Here is Patatrap Quest from Space Cowboy. I think it's a little harder of a game to get. You can see a very colorful box there. You're going to get different adventures you can go on. These are really nice. They're kind of flimsier, but they just sit on the table, so they're fine. This is going to be the board that you'll be playing on, but it will sit on top of the board while you're playing, or on top of the box. You're going to get this little house of mirrors. It'll be really cool. It's going to sit right in there. That's going to let you see things when they open up. You're going to get any number of these like tiles and chits, and these are really, really thick and very, very nice. Everybody's going to have these player boards. There's different genders and different characters that you can be. They all kind of work the same. There aren't any powers associated with them. It's just a kid's game. But the rest of your tokens and stuff are going to be very colorful. Going to be really good quality. Now this right here is going to give you the wooden dice and the wooden components that you're going to have as you're going through the game. So you're not going to have miniatures or standees. You're going to have these little guys, and the way they're going to set up here is they're going to kind of go into these holes as you're going through, and then you'll have the wooden dice. Now mine came off stickered. I got mine secondhand, so I'm not sure if they had to sticker those or not. So we're going to roll those, and then your characters will move from slot to slot, and they'll fit right in there. So it's a perfect fit. Components are fantastic. Your kids will be able to play this for years, and this will hold up very, very well. And here is the rule book for Patatrap Quest. You're going to see a little bit of the story here and the goal of the game. Then on the side, you're going to have the contents listed here with set up with a nice little picture. That will really help you out. Then it's going to turn in, and really this is the game right here. This is all the actions that you'll have on a turn, and then how to fight the battles, and if you want to do the adventure mode, that's a variant you can play there. And then kind of how to do the first adventure, and then just an advertisement. You'll probably need 5 minutes to read through this. Really, this is really the rules. Roll the dice and move, and how you act through it, and how you fight the guy. Very simple, very easy to look, and here it'll show you that each of the adventures will tell you what the icons will do. So they'll be a little different in each adventure. You just kind of refer to that sheet there. Excellent rule book, no problems at all. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose a character that you want to be. Once you choose that character, you will take the moving piece with it, and you will take your familiar, which will be your animal. And what you're going to see here is a spot where you can put things in and will kind of hold things. So as you're going through and fighting the bad guy, you might win some of these, and if you get 3 of these out, then you'll win the game. In addition, as you're going through and activating certain spots, you will get these little icons here, and you can put these in here, and these will be items that you'll have, and you'll spin these in order to fight the bad guys. So that's what your player board is going to look like, and this guy will be moving around the board. I'll show you more of that in a minute. Now, you're going to have this familiar, and what this familiar is going to let you do is going to be a little animal, and it'll let you re-roll the dice anytime you want, and then he'll go to sleep. And then once he's asleep, there can be options that allow him to wake up. And if he wakes up, you flip him over, and then you can have another reroll. So basically, think of your animal as a reroll. That's how this is going to work. And I'm going to set the board up, and I'll show you what that looks like. The next thing you do for setup is you're going to pick out one of these adventures to go on. Now, the book is going to have my first adventure, and this will be the one that you'll set up. And what's going to tell you is which person you'll be fighting and what trapdoors and effects will do as you're going through the game. So then you're going to take, we're going to do this. We will kind of divvy this up, and we will put this right here, and that will be the person that you'll be fighting. And on top of this, it'll tell you you're going to need either a sword or a bow and arrow in order to fight it, or perhaps both. Then you're going to look at the bottom of these tiles, and you're going to see they're going to have different icons on them. Some will have more, and some will come less. So you're going to look at what adventure you're doing and what icon you're going to have. You're going to grab all these tiles and randomize them and put them out on the board. Each of the players will put their marker in this spot right here, which will be the starting spot of the game. On your turn, you're going to roll the dice. Now, when you roll the dice, I have a 3+1. I could move 1 space, or I could move 4, or I could move 3. That's a decision I'm going to make. So let's say I would move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I would come here, and this is going to flap up. And you can see inside of the mirror what it is. But I'm going to take this out and just kind of show you. This shows you a sword. Then what you'll do is you'll go to your location, or if you're not playing the introductory one, you'll have one of these sheets, and you're looking, and it says take a sword token and place it on your character board. So that's what I'm going to do in this location. I will take a sword, and I will put it on my character, and now I have that. So if I ever go through that, and then the next person will go, etc. You can't land where somebody's at, so you would just skip that spot and go to the next one. And each one will do something different. Some of these will just give you items, some will let you steal from somebody else, some will let you move these things so people can't memorize where they're at. Some will take you to these towers where you're safe, and you can go here and you can just sit in these towers and nobody can get you. The ghosts will move your character forward another space, and then there's secret passages you can go through also. If you go all the way around the board and you get all the way to the spot, then you would flip over the top card and see what is required. If you happen to have a bow and arrow, then that would be good for you, and you would defeat this character, and you would get one of your points. And you could do it just like this, and then you would go to the next one. And it required another bow and arrow, because you had to spin one there. If you do not have it, you would go back to the start. If you did have it, you could go ahead and do the next one. If you get 3 of those, you win the game. Now, there is a variant where you can keep playing, and you can keep progressing through multiple of the bad guys. You can go through all 5 of them. But mainly the game is a roll and move. You'll move here, and you'll do what the tile says, hoping to get the requirements to set this up. Who should buy this game? Anybody with children maybe looking for an adventure, but not quite ready for Core Quest. Maybe not quite ready for the experience, or looking for a different experience, just moving around the board and having combat. This one will be about matching icons and getting to the big bads and having that combat through the predetermined outcome by having the matching icons on your weapon cards. And that's really fun. No luck of the dice, although there is some in the movement and what you're able to obtain. And it's a little bit of a memory aspect. I know what's there, so I probably don't want to go there, but somebody had switched them. Maybe they switched them up on me, and that can be a fun experience too. This is strictly for kids, nothing really here for adults, but Mom and Dad will have fun playing this with your children. Patatrap Quest has been a winner for us, and one I recommend you seek out.